Now, there seems to be a reoccurring theme on this podcast about swinging. I promise you, it is not a background thing that is going on in my life. It just seems to be popping up. I've spoken about it in the past 3 episodes. I think I might have mentioned this story previously, but I'm going to tell you the details. And I have written this one down because I knew I would tell it wrong. There's a lot of characters in this one. Let me introduce you to them. We have Steve and Amy, of course. Steve and Amy. Then we have Dave and Stacey. They're a couple. I think that's everyone. Oh, and then we have, Steve and Amy, Dave and Stacey, holiday friends. I'm not giving them names. TUI rep. Yeah, this happened at a TUI. If you want to sponsor me, TUI, crack the fuck on. Okay. This story is titled, "We Caught an Elderly Swingers Couple in Our Hotel." So Jordan and I are in Morocco 3 years ago, and it was our first night there. We were going down to suss out the entertainment. The entertainment for that night was salsa lessons. My boyfriend is built like a wooden plank and was a little concerned on how he was going to get jiggy with it. If you don't know, I have a background in dance, so I was not concerned. Jordan is on his 3rd rum and coke. Jordan doesn't drink that much. So he's getting loose in the hips. He's getting all snake hips with it. So we're sat there, and I don't know if you've ever done this on holiday. It really made me giggle. But you sit around the pool and you automatically just found a hatred for one person for no reason. And you're just like, you're fucking me off. I now don't like you. Please tell me someone has done that. So we're looking around the bar. We're sussing out the demographic of the gaff, trying to work out who these types of people are. There was like a mix of ages. There was a really nice group of young people we did get really good friends with in the end. So shout out to you if you're listening. So we sat down. I was like, Jordan, look at that. Look at them over there. And it's basically a big sofa with like 7 couples on it. And they're all between the age of like 60 to 75. It's like, oh, that's nice that they've come on like a group trip away to Morocco, cultural place. And then it was like a big long sofa, but one little stool next to it. And there was this one guy sat on the stool like this. And the rest of the group had their back turned to him. We're going to call Toadstool Man Steve. Steve is very important to this. So they're all chatting, but they don't look very happy. They're all like, I was like, God, something's happened there, Jordan. And Jordan just has no clue what's going on because he's like salsa dancing with 3 rum and cokes in it, like, yada-da-da. So obviously, at this point, we're confused as to what's gone down. We get on with the salsa lesson. Me and Jordan make friends with the TUI reps, and we go down for breakfast the next morning, of course. And obviously, when you're at an all-inclusive, you see the same folks all the time. We saw them again. But Steve, again, was ostracized. They're on this big table for 8, and Steve's on a table for 1. I'm thinking, this is bullying. Why are we bullying Steve here? Something must have gone down. And this is when they now became our poolside entertainment. All right. We were watching these. It was like sunglasses on, like, Jordan, Stacey's got up, Mary's got up. That's Mary's 4th porn star. She's getting a bit loose. It was absolutely hilarious. And they had like cabana things. So they'd all be like, all these like wrinkly 60-year-old men and women would be like lying on these cabanas. I thought, well, isn't it nice at that ripe age that they've got such close friendships with each other? And there's nice couples to support one another. Little did I know. I just went so cross-eyed when I said that. Little did I know. So this is when we noticed, enter the chat, Stacey and Dave. Stacey and Dave would always be with Amy. So Amy would be like her head lying on Amy's legs, or she'd always be like cozied up to Dave. And I was like, wow, polyamory in the later stages in life, how quaint and lovely, it's so wholesome. But then we realised that actually Amy was with Steve. I don't know how we came to that presumption, I can't remember. God, something's really gone down here. That night, we're back at the bar and Steve isn't there. We were like, bum, bum, bum. They've killed Steve. Steve's gone. They've lost Steve in the souk somewhere. He's gone off on like a nice adventure somewhere and just never come back. And none of them seemed to care. We were like, where is Steve? It was a quiz night. And I was like, I can't focus on any of the answers, guys. The only question I want answering here is, where the fuck is Steven? So, the drama of it all. At this point, we have made holiday friends, and to them, we're telling them about it. We're like, you need to look at this, look at the demographic, look at the situation that's going on, look at the relationships between all of them. They all mingle between each other, but not Steve. Steve's not here at the moment. We're telling the TUI rep about it. So then the next day, me and Jordan go on a gorgeous trip to, it was either quad biking or we went to this beautiful, it was like the tallest waterfall in Africa. Something really cute and wholesome like that. We get back. Holiday friends run up to us. TUI rep runs up and goes, you will never fucking guess what. Basically, they had overheard that this whole group of people, elderly swingers, right? Now, as I've said in many other episodes, the importance when it comes to swinging, so I've heard, is that you set boundaries with your partner and other people's partners. There should always be a mutual respect there. I really promise you guys, I have never been swinging in my life. Okay?
What I've been told. Oh,
So I've heard on the grapevine. Basically, there'd been I don't know what they're called, a session, a party. Steve had taken it too far with one of the other wives. And I fear he may have put it in her arse. Without asking her husband. So, basically, they'd found out, and the night before the salsa party, big brawl, big fisticuffs, pow, 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 pew, pew, fisticuffs between the woman's husband and Steve. They'd been like split up, they'd been told to separate, but obviously they're in a fucking sex ring together, so they can't separate. So that's why I think, personally, my presumption here is that it was something to do with Dave and Stacey, and that's why Amy was so close to them, because they were like experiencing the same thing together. But thinking about it, if my man had taken it too far with someone, I'd be like, you were also involved in that situation, so don't fucking speak to me. So that was that. I can genuinely just see this little man. He looked like the angry frog jelly cat. That is the best way I can describe this man. And eventually I think they did make up, but there'd been a big fight and they'd had to like separate, whether that's still a thing or not. But yeah, bless Steve, he really ruined that for himself, because he could have had a full 10 days of shagging, but he spent 3 of it sulking, being on his own, because he'd taken it too far. God damn it, Steve. God damn it, Steve. Always.
Found out about this.
So we found out about it because the TUI rep had heard from the security guys that had split up the fight that that's what the fight was about. The tea of it all.
Not the TUI rep baiting them out.
Yeah, the TUI rep was like, oh, but the TUI rep was like 19. So she was like vibing with us. And I imagine if you've got these like elderly people, as soon as you see someone under the age of 46, you're like, woohoo, friends. So we were really vibing with her. And yeah, that's mine and Jordan's only swingers experience. That is the maximum amount of knowledge we have, is just Steve, Amy, Dave and Stacey. And yeah, what a time to be alive. Also, those TUI reps, Randy. This is a side story, but it's a cracking holiday. So basically, we met the TUI rep. We'll call her, I need a new name, Lucy. Lucy had a co-worker called, I'm going to call her Amy just for ease, who had another co-worker called Steve. Amy had a boyfriend. She was from down south in the UK. Amy had a boyfriend. And as soon as she moved out to Morocco, they were together for like 3 weeks. And then I think they broke up, but they were kind of still together. But Amy had been sleeping with Steve, who was Moroccan and also a TUI rep, while she was still with her boyfriend. And they'd been doing it really, really loud. And the manager had to come down and be like, you're not allowed to have relationships because you're at work. So, shush. And then when we were doing the salsa lessons, as per mentioned prior, Amy and Steve were dancing with each other, and it was a bit spicy. Then I thought, fucking hell, Jordan, we don't look anything like these pair. I look like a flipping praying mantis and you're a plank of wood. Like, we need to get more Steve and Amy with it. Anyway, come to find out they were actually intimate with each other. So that's probably where that spice came from on that holiday. So if you do really want a drama-filled holiday, read Takeda Gardens. It was a really nice hotel, actually, guys. It was so nice. 10 out of 10 recommend. The service was incredible. I've never experienced service like it, even in like 5-star hotels.
Please fill my cup. Am I really asking for much? It's been a long week, I'm looking for fun. Please fill my cup. Find me under the sun. SOS, I'm just looking for a good time. Oh, 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 oh. And I'm singing like, whoa.